Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 364. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only Ooh Fresh Crash. What up, Crash?
What's up? What's up?
Wait, you like my new intro for you? It's good, right?
Yeah, I can't wait till I do a live stream with Matt and Matt tries to replicate it. It's gonna be fantastic.
Does Matt do that? Is that what Matt's been trying to do? Is he trying to?
No. Matt does the Too Fresh Crush.
Yeah, but does he do as good as me?
Crush.
Do as good as me?
You guys both do it about the same level.
Huh. Just been, your friend for.
There, you stepped it up.
I'm not gonna lie. I've noticed you and Matt.
Yeah.
There's a bromance brewing there. I feel like there's a bromance brewing. The other day I was where was I? What was you playing? No, it was when you played. When you did yeah. But when you was doing Skull and Bones, I was in there lurking, and I was just like, look at these two. Look at these two bros just talking about video games, you know? Like, I'm nowhere to be seen. It's
nowhere
weird.
At all.
It's weird.
You could have been there.
No,
there was an open invitation.
No, I couldn't have. I didn't even get home in time. I was on my way back from Ubisoft, as most of you know. I've got working with Ubi now, and I just didn't have time at all. Like literally, I didn't get home till like 7:10, and the thing started at 7. I think it was over by the time I like got home. But I was on my phone. That's why I wasn't in there for too long. So I sort of said, why is it muted? And it was like, we're doing that.
You came.
I said something, and I was like, bro, they're doing their own thing. Just leave them alone. That's literally, after I wrote it, I was just like, shut up. Like, you don't need to be involved in this, you know? Did you have fun anyway, doing the Skull and Bones reaction? We'll talk about Skull and Bones in a second. But did
I have fun doing the reaction?
That was the question. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Fair enough. If you didn't know, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast, right here on youtube.com/myxboxandme and all podcast services. Remember, go hit the review button over on iTunes and on Spotify and anywhere that you watch the podcast. Give us the highest rating possible. We would appreciate it. Other than that, go support us over on Patreon, patreon.com/mcfixer. And man, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Matt and Kresh are putting a lot of work in. We still haven't found our footing yet of everything that I think we would wanted to have done at the beginning of the year. But a lot of things have changed, obviously. There's been a lot of changes in my life personally and a lot of other people's lives. And we're still finding our flow, but the podcast is always there. So that's all that matters. Go subscribe. Kresh, before we start the show officially, there was a question that came in. And I kind of wanted to read it off the bat. So I'm going to read it straight away from Little Shmee. That says, at MC Fixer, I got a bit taken aback during this week's podcast when you said the podcast is 4 years old. Those numbers don't add up. I listened to your podcast featuring Kevin Tarney, who we all know was co-host number 2, on my honeymoon, and I will be celebrating 6 years of marriage at the end of August. I listened to your podcast whilst my daughter was being born. She is 5 years old at the start of August. So I dug back in the archives and I found episode 1 of My Xbox and Me dated the 1st of November 2015. You'll be achieving 7 years of Xbox podcasting this year, and I have listened to every single episode. #potato. My question is, where do you guys see the My Xbox and Me brand being in the next 7 years? I'm not gonna lie to you, Chris. This question threw me back. It threw me back. I was taken aback. Let me tell you, because I was like, "There's no way I've been doing this 7 years, have I?" Like,
Fix said 4 years, and I just trusted him.
Do you know? No. Do you know? I think so there's a number of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one, podcasting is hard. It's really hard to get a successful podcast. Like we've got a little bit of success with this podcast. Obviously, we've been on IGN and we've done a lot of cross promotions and stuff like that, and that's how we've gained a loyal viewership and a listenership. People listening to the show every single week, expecting it. I think the reason I say 4 years, and I don't say 4 years on purpose. I think it's a defense mechanism. in my brain because I'm always trying to do more. I'm always trying to be bigger. And for right or wrong, when I hear 7 years, I'm like, and we still ain't, we're still not here. We're still not there. We're still not, do you know what I mean? So for me, I think in my brain it goes, oh yeah, 4 years.
I get why you would do that,
It's
but
wrong.
you have to also remember that there's people who've been doing podcasts for just as long with less successful.
Yes,
podcasts.
no, 100. There's always someone worse off. Just like if you're rich, there's always someone richer. There's always someone worse off. But I think that's why I always go to 4 years. But yeah, I really shouldn't because it's almost been a decade. And I think I just forget. I forget that like we've been doing this show for a really long time.
We're doing a 7-year anniversary celebration.
Well, we should, yeah. But I'm not very. That is one thing I'm very bad at. I'm not good at looking backwards. And for some aspects of my life, that's amazing because you keep moving forward, you keep like getting more success. But sometimes you do need to turn around and go, well, look how far we've come.
Yeah.
Like, I feel, no joke, I feel like you and Matt being on the podcast, I feel like this is the longest we've had a consistent, like, you know what you're getting when you come to the podcast every week.
Yeah.
Obviously, Matt's not here this week, everyone. But yeah, and that's because of me. I was sick on Wednesday, and I couldn't do it. I was so sick and tired. I was just like, no, I can't. But yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, there's a defense mechanism in there. But it is weird. It's weird hearing like someone say, yeah, I got married and I've had a baby and they're 5 years old. And I'm like, and I've made this podcast. But the question was, where do you see Crash? Like, honestly, we don't talk about this, like, we don't talk outside of work anymore ever, really, because I'm just always working. But where do you see my Xbox and me in the next 7 years? Do you see yourself still doing it?
It's a possibility. I don't see myself not doing it, if it makes sense. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
It's always like, as far as the podcast is concerned, it's the immediate future with the podcast. Because I feel like if you focus too much on the big future, like where you'll be in 7 years, you romanticize it to a degree, and then you just burn out of it.
I agree.
So,
do you feel burnt? Do you ever get burnt out on the podcast? Because you don't make any other content anymore.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, it can be a pain in the
Sometimes
ass,
we
right?
have conversations about stuff like that we should do, and we make all these plans, and then some of it just never comes together.
What, you
and then
mean
that
like,
leads to a lot of
the prediction episode that we still haven't done, and
so stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's unavoidable because people are just busy, right? It's 3 different people finding similar schedules. I think it would also be different if I lived in London and we were all closer about.
Dude.
Because then it's easier to like be like, okay, we're all meeting up instead of like we're all getting a Discord call.
Once a week, we all go to like Loading Bar, which is like a gaming bar, and like I know like the owner's there, and it's like, and we shoot the podcast there. We're all sat down with a pint, and it's just an hour of, all right, turn the camera on, let's do this, all right, and then we go home. Like, it's that with, like, even today, we're recording at 10 o'clock, it's already almost 11 already, 10 o'clock on Sunday, and I've literally rolled out of bed, Kresh has slept through 2 alarms, he's had to roll out of bed, like, it becomes one of those things where it's like, I just can't be bothered. Once I'm doing it, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But doing it is like sometimes a challenge. Oh, and sometimes it's a challenge.
You'll think about doing it and you're like, oh man, I'm kind of dreading it. Not that I don't want to do the podcast or I don't like doing it. 100%. It's just I dread getting to the point of doing it sometimes.
I agree with you, especially when it's slow news weeks and you're just like...
Yeah, which has been a lot lately.
Well, E3 just happened, right? So, like,
doing show notes for like the last 2-3 weeks has been a pain because it's like you go and you're like trying to find gold where there is none.
It's just it's challenging. Where do I see it in the next 7 years? I want more people. I've said this so many times.
Yeah,
but I want more people. I want to find someone that is a reviewer, someone who they like reviewing games. I want to find somebody who likes making TikToks. I want to find somebody who likes writing. We've got a website. Like, oh, that's for me. It's weird because it very much mirrors my RP life at the moment. My Xbox and Me was designed to be used as a springboard for people to be able to go and have a portfolio of work and go and be able to get a job at GameSpot, IGN, I know how, not daunting, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, disheartening. We'll use disheartening as the word. Disheartening it can be when you put out content and nobody looks at it. Because it doesn't mean the content's not good. It just means that you haven't built an audience yet. Thankfully for me, I've had very different levels of success in the industry over the last 7 years. And yeah, for me, I'm just like, I want to just keep elevating people, especially young people as well. I'm 30 next week after. And it's like, yeah, I'm old. I started doing this when I was, 23, 22. Right? That work? Probably even younger than that, but the podcast, I started doing it around that age. And yeah, I just want to elevate people. That's my big thing. But I tell you what, there's a couple people that I do look at and I go, they were podcasting for years before they got any success. Because Danny and Paris and people like Khalif Adams, and like they've all been working. I'd say it's only in the last, I could be wrong. This is me just speaking from my experience, right? The last 2-3 years, they've really, since COVID, they've really started to have a impact on our industry, you know?
It's the first time I started seeing their names. Not to say that they weren't around, they didn't have fan base and all that. But from an outsider's perspective of not knowing who they were, that's the first time they started popping on my radar.
And I'm pretty sure Danny's been podcasting for like 15 years.
Yeah. So it really is like, it's a slow burn, especially when it comes to like making it off of podcasting.
Bro.
Because it's not, you can't have that sort of like 1 to 100 mode that you can in a lot of other fields.
Yeah.
Because
I've been doing the podcast 7 years, right? Yeah. We have never, ever, ever made any money from the podcast. The podcast hasn't generated me or my Xbox and Me any money. Ever. We've never taken a sponsorship. We've been offered a few, but they're just not the right fits. You see I'm sure you saw the one that come through the email that one time, and I was just like, I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure about all that. Nah. But where do I see it? I see it still going. I see it hopefully being bigger. I see it being a place where people can come and express themselves. That's the main thing for me.
Yeah.
I like the fact that my Xbox and Me is finally bigger than me. Like, Matt does his live streams on a Monday. You guys react to stuff when I'm not even around. Like, I think that in the next 7 years, I want to buy Crash a new PC. I want him streaming at least on the on the channel, whether that be on Twitch or YouTube. And yeah, I just want to enable people to do the things they want to do. That's the main thing.
I think the hard thing also with that, because we've had moments where we've tried bringing in people. It is the difficulty to find people who actually want to do it.
Yep.
And make the content instead of just like benefiting from the
stop being
community.
Around the bush. People want free games. That is what people want. They think that is what is being a podcaster / YouTuber / streamer / they want free games. And it's very obvious to see that because they'll I haven't got time to do that review. Okay, but took the game. And that's always, and don't get me wrong, it took me a long time to realize that in my own thing. But yeah, man, like it's hard. It's hard to find the right people. But if the right people come along, if the right people are dedicated, if the right people reach out, I am open to opening up the platform and giving people a chance. You know, that is always my number one. So yeah, man. But that was just I saw that question. I was just like, bro, damn. 7 years. So that means I've known you like 5.
It would be like 5, yeah.
Right? Maybe not even if not longer. Might be 6.
Well, I think
I
I'm
got a Facebook
56
memory
months.
the other day. So
Yeah,
yeah. So
I think I'm 56 months subscribed on Twitch, which that would have been whenever you got the
nuts.
subscribe
That was day
button.
one.
I think I'm like a month or two off because of like the couple of days where I would take to
are a
reset
pain.
because of
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that right there is at least 4 years about. Yeah, it's
Mad.
4 years going on 5, so it has to be like 5.
So we got to be
5.5
six.
years.
Yeah, bro. It was
Six.
so I was in Ubisoft the other day, and they had like a Division, like original Division, like statue and like a book and stuff, and I looked at it and like it's weird how that game has so much nostalgia for me. Like it's not a nostalgic game at all. Like I don't get me wrong. I enjoy the Division. I like when we played it. I've enjoyed it. I think it's a good game, but the amount of memories that I have tied to the Division and then Rainbow is nuts.
Yeah. It would have been around Division when me and you met.
Well, I know Quantum Break was like a very early...
Yeah, that had just come out around then. Which one did that come out?
Yeah, that's what I'm... Quantum Break. That came out in 2016. Yeah.
So it would be like about 7 years
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, jeez.
That's crazy.
Bro, that's nuts. This is what I mean. I don't look back. I just like, just keep going. Bro, like put this into context, yeah? I've known you 7 years, Lily, or 7 years. I've been with Haley 11.
Haley better watch out is all I'm saying.
You funny guy. All right, enough reminiscing. Thank you for the question, Lewis Smith. We do appreciate you. Let's get into the topic of the show this week. Rockstar reportedly shelved Red Dead Redemption and GTA 4 remasters to focus on GTA 6. Fresh. Thank God.
You know, that's a surprising take because a lot of the take online has not been that.
No, bro. Like, we need a new GTA. Like,
you need it for RP. You need it for RP. So they start working on it as soon as possible.
No, we need it, bro. It's for the culture. It's not for me and my own game. It's for what? It's for the culture.
If it was for the culture, they would remake the best GTA, which is GTA 4.
I don't think they won't remake it though. Like
I think they will.
Well, I think however, according to Kotaku, these projects weren't fully cancelled and could possibly see the return. I agree with this though. Like we had, didn't we just have a remaster of them?
It was the trilogy.
San Andreas, Vice City.
Very poorly.
Yeah, but those games were. Well, number one, the remakes weren't great.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like they performed this is very much so like a higher up, like, okay, we're doing something else because that didn't work and not looking at why that didn't work.
Yeah.
Because there were so many issues where like I think was it people on PC or people on console that couldn't play for like the first month or something like that.
I'm not sure which one it was, but I know it was like extremely broken.
Yeah, it was really bad.
I remember all the screenshots coming out of San Andreas and being like, this is the remake, this is like the HD version on PC. And it's like, guys, what happened here? Like, what happened here? But yeah, I'm happy personally.
I am as well. I think they should focus on the next one because GTA 5 so far gone, and like realistically, at least for me, is if you do Red Dead Redemption and GTA 4, and Red Dead Redemption especially like has a pretty big fan base.
Yeah.
Especially with the single player mode. I just see like GTA 6 will be the point where they can sort of go next gen with it and try some new stuff and change some stuff up, hopefully.
GTA, as people know, GTA 5 to me is like one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
Like, not the new stuff that I'm doing, like just the original game was like it's probably in my top 5 games of all time. So like, just the full process of like a new version of that and what. Like, I remember changing character for the first time and being like, this is game breaking. This is sorry, not game breaking, like groundbreaking is what I meant to say. Like, this is different. Like, do you think they can even do something? Do you think they're going to pull something out that's so different?
I don't think like we talk about something to make it feel next gen a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot people can do to make stuff feel next gen off of just
no.
like,
I just think we're too dumb.
stuff like that.
I think we're just too dumb, bro.
But yeah, but like it's more so game design stuff.
Yeah.
Than like mechanically what they can do with the hardware and stuff like that. And I think that's the difficult thing is like you have to have the right people and they have to have the right ideas. And then you have to have people behind the scenes that can execute those ideas.
True.
There's a lot of parts that are necessary to do
but
something.
Rockstar have done it, bro. That's the
they
weird
have done
thing.
it, absolutely.
Like even like me, like when I'm playing like RP and stuff, like I go through a tunnel and
yeah.
the sound goes all like echoey, or it does the like buzz noise, like when you're going through a tunnel and stuff. It's like that's so not needed, but it adds so much to the experience. You know?
Yeah. No, I agree, and I'm sure you will have stuff like that in the next GTA, right?
What subtle stuff that we don't even think you'll notice? Yeah,
that like. You won't know. It's hard because a lot of that stuff is like not everybody will notice it's there, and a lot of people take stuff like that for granted.
100%.
But I'm talking more like the switching characters because I think that's like a huge game game design thing that is worked very, very well, and I think it is one of the things that makes GTA 5 as big as it is.
Yeah.
Especially narratively because you are telling 3 different stories, and it's like how do you get those stories to work?
Yeah.
And GTA 5 just does it, right?
Bro, it's so smart.
Do you think GTA 6 has multiple characters?
Yeah. Do you know, there's so obviously we live in such a different world today compared to when GTA 5 came out. And I am interested to see what is Rockstar in 2024.
Yeah.
Like Are we still getting the sexist jokes? Are we still getting the racist jokes? Are we still getting the the world is so different. It's so different. And it's like do they give a fuck? Is really what I'm saying here.
If we get those, because like there's a way you can tell jokes like that
of course.
And it be satirical and it work. I don't think GTA has always like hit that nail on the head. So the question is, if GTA does decide to go that route, do they nail it, and how do the public perceive it if they don't?
I feel like they don't nail it, and that's what's going to make it even bigger. I feel like, and I am not saying I agree with this. I'm just saying where the world is right now. I feel like people are starting to have enough. So anyone who goes against the grain, I feel like you see it with a lot of comedians. The comedians that are like very much like, I'm just going to do what I want to do. They get like this big blow up in terms of like articles and this and that and this and that. But nothing really changes. They sell more tickets. And I feel like GTA might be the same thing, where it's like the bad publicity that comes with it, which has always come with GTA. GTA's always had bad publicity.
Yeah.
It's the best selling game of all time. So what does that look like in 2024? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I feel like I feel like it will have multiple playable characters. I feel like one of them will be a woman, and I feel like it will be everything that obviously the women's movement and stuff like that that's been going on in the world, which is I'm speaking 100% rare. We need more women in powerful positions. We need more representation across every industry. How does GTA tell that story though? Because I think they tell it in such an interesting way of like, I could see them just going so opposite with it. Where it's just like, I could see it, bro, where it's like the total opposite of like what the world is doing right now, which I think is right. I could see them going the opposite way with it and just being like, nah. Like, mad.
Yeah. But even... It's so interesting because like there's a way you could do that and make it well, but I'm just thinking of it in terms of the way GTA does things. Like, I don't think that works the way they.
But in terms of works, I don't think it works politically correct wise.
Yeah,
but I think on a mainstream level wise, it could be the thing that works.
Look, no matter what they do, I think this game sells well.
Stupid.
Like it's gonna do numbers no matter what. Because there'll be people who are like, I just enjoy this for the multiplayer and stuff like that, and I'd be shocked if it doesn't launch with multiplayer.
I just enjoy. No, I don't think it will launch with multiplayer.
You don't think so?
No, because they didn't do it with GTA 5. And look at that. They want people. No, didn't launch with it. It was like a month afterwards, and it was a shit show as well. Like the servers just got destroyed. Obviously,
not surprising.
But I feel like they want people to experience their stories and their games. So I don't think they will. I don't think they will just be like, here's multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, they do put a lot of effort into their world, whether you enjoy it or not. Because I think both of us were sort of not the biggest fans of Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
Because that was just a little bit too realistic. But for a lot of people, that is the enticing thing about that game. It is the realism.
I like the realism to a degree.
It's a little bit overboard.
It's the,
I don't
the
like
whole,
the fact
the whole
that my horse
stuff was
runs into a
annoying.
tree.
Yeah, the whole stuff was hell of annoying, and I wanted them to go even further with the camp. But like, I feel that to me was my favorite mechanic, which was like, it was a story that I was telling myself, you know, whereas like these people need me to go out there and get this money. I wanted that to be rewarded a lot more.
A bit more of a survival element to it.
Yeah. In a way,
not like a hard like.
No, I'm not chopping trees.
Don't do it. People are gonna die and stuff like that or whatever. Yeah. But just more urgency in the narrative as far as the game goes. I agree with that.
See, I'd love that in GTA. Like they do something similar as like.
I think GTA should just look at Saints Row 1 and just take that.
Bro.
It was GTA but Saints Row 1.
Saints Row 1's so good. But yeah, no, ultimately, I'm happy that this is being shelved. We'll say we're being shelved.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get GTA 6 as soon as we can, man. Because I need it.
Yeah.
I need it. I need it in my life. I really do. Moving on, though. Let's get into what's been in our box, brother. What have you been playing?
I played a couple of things. I went back to Tunic.
What'd you think?
Think it's gonna be Death's Door for me, like last year, where everybody loved Death's Door and I play it, and it just something with it just doesn't click. Like I think Tunic is a fantastic game, and I've talked about like the game design, like you finding parts of the game manual and stuff like that. That's really amazing. Really dope.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
But something about that game where I pick it up and I go to play, and it feels like I'm doing a chore, and I don't want. Especially a game like that, I don't want to feel like that.
Yeah.
So I'll probably give it another try before the year's over, just in case it clicks with me again. But yeah, other than that, I played Cult of Lamb.
I've heard of that. Why do I not recognize that name?
That's like where you play the little sheep dude and you sacrifice people and stuff like that. It's like a roguelike. They have a demo on Steam. The game's not fully out. The game comes out in August or something like that. That game's really, really good. You get your little followers, you can customize them and name them. I had a little follower named Fix.
Hey, come on.
It's a fun game. I was surprised how much I was actually enjoying it. They do have sort of this upgraded mechanic of you building parts of, I'll call it a settlement, even though I think it's supposed to be more of like a temple or something like that.
Gotcha.
I really enjoy that. The demo ends once you die, so I didn't get to experience too much of it.
Gotcha.
But I'm very much looking forward to the August release for that. And then I also played Shadowrunner Returns. I think that's the name of the game. Those are old games that came out in 2013 on PC, but they just released on Xbox. I'm surprised how much I actually enjoy this game. I never played it. The combat's a bit of a mix of XCOM, and I want to say it's also partly like Divinity Original Sin, but more XCOM than a Divinity Original Sin. It gives me a lot of cyberpunk vibes narratively, but it also has the fantasy element with magic and stuff like that. And I really enjoy what I've played. I'm probably I want to say about like 7 or 8 hours into the game.
Oh damn! Oh, you put hours in then.
Yeah, so I'm very much. That's one of the games when it came. I saw it and I was like, this might be something I like, and I downloaded it and I've had it on my Xbox for so long. Yeah. I was finally like, had nothing to do. I was a little bored. I was like, I don't feel like playing Destiny right now, and I jumped into that, and I've been enjoying what I've played with that so far.
Fair enough. I've been playing a certain game. Can't talk about. I'm embargoed on. So expect some update on that real soon. So before you just go fix, it's been playing nothing. No, I've been playing something. I just can't talk about it. And I went back to FIFA. Played my FIFA career mode.
How's that?
The other day. Oh, dude, I really forgot how much I miss FIFA. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a great game. No stretch for the imagination, but football season's over here. So I want my itch of football. I've got Football Manager, as I'm sure you know. I don't even bother talking about that on this podcast because that's just a guaranteed that I'm playing it.
Right.
But yeah, me and Haley were just chilling, and I was like, "Oh, do you mind if I just throw on FIFA for a bit while we're talking?" And I'm playing through my career mode, and I'm just like, "Man, I miss just playing FIFA." You know, like not Ultimate Team. Like I've officially think I'm done with Ultimate Team. Like never gonna play Ultimate Team again because I just don't. Number one, I'm not putting the money into it. Number two, I don't have the time sink that you need if you don't put the money into it. But just playing through like a normal career mode, I was just like, it took me back to when I was a kid. And like I'm commentating in my head. Before I was a streamer, which like I'd score a goal and I'm like, yeah. And like Haley's looking at me like, you're really into this. And I'm like, oh yeah. I forgot. That's like I don't have to perform right now. So yeah. So I've been
gotta turn that off.
Yeah. So I went back to FIFA. I've just been enjoying my career mode again. Which is dope. Obviously, made my triumph return to Rainbow Six. As much as you know. Again, I work for Ubisoft. Take everything I say with a pinch of salt. Bro, I miss Rainbow. I forgot how much I miss Rainbow, bro. Like with a squad would be
watching you play Rainbow. I was like, oh wow, I remember why.
The game.
I remember
so
why
good.
I played that game as long as I did.
Yep. Like I've played like 9 hours now of it, I think, or 6 or whatever it was, and I'm just like, bro, I downloaded it again back home as soon as I got home on PC. And I'm like, I forgot how well designed that game is. Like, the amount of operators that's in the game now, bro. It's like, how are these all so well balanced?
It also looks like they've improved it drastically with you picking different operators between rounds. Dude, so you're not stuck to the same operator and it's switching between defense and offense. I feel like there's so much stuff they've upped.
Unranked mode is so much fun. So like it's a mode between quick play and ranked. So you play it unranked as if it's a ranked match. So like banning maps, banning operators, all that stuff. Yeah. But it's unranked. So it gives you that competitive feeling that you want. Without losing rank every 2 seconds. Yeah. Bro, not only that, like again, I haven't played in such a long time. They've added obviously battle pass in the game now. Obviously you've got your like rainbow level up of your account sort of thing that they keep doing. It's just I'm playing it, I'm just like, I remember why I lost my life to this game, and I could easily, if I wasn't doing other things, I could easily lose my life to Rainbow Six again. Like it's so good.
Are you ready to talk about it, Fix?
What?
You know what?
What?
You don't know what?
I don't want to talk about.
The grenade.
I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about.
Can I tell you that reminded me not of Rainbow for a very odd reason. PUBG. It reminded me of PUBG. Yeah.
Do you know what it is? I just got flustered. I pushed the wrong key. Like I literally pushed
the wrong key. It happens. I don't blame. It was just so funny.
I'm not gonna lie, the GT TikTok put it out and everything, and I was just like, oh.
You know why it was so funny? Because you're running over and you're running through bullets, and you're like, I'm gonna get this guy, I'm gonna get this guy, and you get there, crouch down on him. It looks like you're trolling him completely, and you just throw a grenade at his face.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal.
I don't think the guy noticed that you killed him, by the way.
No, probably not. He didn't shoot me afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, been playing Rainbow. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. FIFA, Rainbow. But yeah, bro, I feel like if Matt's not very good though. That's the problem.
What?
So we'd have to carry him. But I'd be so down to play some Rainbow with you guys.
I've seen you played Rainbow. I'm pretty sure you got carried by the random.
I went 8-on-1 one match.
Just one?
Yeah, just one. Yes, just one.
Oh, so you carried one match. Let's go.
One match. But yeah, man, I'm missing. I miss Rainbow. I'll go back. Definitely. Let's get into this week's dashboard. Skull and Bones release date was announced. You and Matt P got got to check out the game again through the reaction stream they did. I didn't get to even watch that stream, so I actually haven't seen anything. All I saw was the little bit that I saw when I was reacting to you guys, and I was like, "Yo, so was that where's that third person explanation?" And then like you were like, "No, Fix, no."
There's
so talk to me.
You get third person in a little town where you walk around.
Does that count?
But I think we've agreed that doesn't account.
Did we? I don't know.
We did. We had a conversation where I specifically asked you, what about like if you're in a hub world and you're like, no, that doesn't count. It has to be like third person exploration.
Interesting. So you're telling me I own Matt P 2 pieces?
We could revisit that conversation, but I'm just saying
we will revisit that conversation.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah, I'm sure we will too.
I don't think, as far as the announcement went, I feel they spent like the first, I want to say 10 minutes just talking about the game, which I don't think was a great move. Yeah, and then by the time you see the game, I don't think the game, from what we saw, looked the best. I do know someone on Twitter had mentioned that it looks better on the post-show.
It's probably uncompressed and stuff like that. Like, did you watch it on YouTube or
better there? We watched it on YouTube. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of what we saw there. I think it was really just it was taking all the fun stuff about. It really tries to mirror Black Flags in a lot of ways with like more in-depth combat system for ships, obviously. But I feel like for me personally, at least, it's missing a lot of what I enjoyed about Black Flags, which was essentially playing a pirate.
Oh, okay.
And that's sort of missing from this game. There's been a lot of Sea of Thieves comparisons, which usually I would say aren't like those type of comparisons aren't necessarily fair. I think in this situation, they kind of fit two pirate games, a lot of ship combat. I think the way that you loot ships, there's a lot of stuff that it could feel well while you're playing it, but just from like watching it on the offside doesn't look super engaging for me. I do know some people seem to enjoy what they see. I think price point for this game is going to be a very big deal. If it's a $60 game, I don't think what I saw was good enough personally.
What about on like a UB Plus or something like that though? You've got to remember they got their own version of a subscription service now. Does that
I don't
fit
know
into
for that model? I think from what we saw and it releasing in November and everything, I do think this is like their plan for this. I would assume, and I don't know, obviously, it is a long-term plan like For Honored and like Rainbow, where they're gonna put it out and they're gonna build it up and build an audience.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like is the goal with this game, and that could very much be the case. I could see that being successful on a platform like Ubisoft Plus, and even just they're gonna have free-to-play weekends and pull people in like that.
Yep.
So I think the game could have success in like a year or something like that.
Gotcha.
But what I will say, when you're looking at some of the other games they've been successful with in that regard, I don't think that this game covers that type of gameplay as well from just looking at a standpoint. Again, playing a game is very, very important, and it could feel very good when you're playing it, and the customization and all the different types of cannons, because they showed there are a lot of different type of ways to customize your experience with the game, different types of ships, different types of cannons.
That's good.
So once you get into the nitty and gritty of it, it could feel really well for certain people, and you build out an audience that way, right? Awesome. You only have to attract a niche. That's what they did with Rainbow Six, and look at Rainbow Six now.
Yep. Okay. Again, I can't comment. I haven't seen anything of the game. I didn't have time to watch the trailer, unfortunately. I apologize. But Matt's going to be here next week. I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say about it. Yeah. So I will watch it over the weekend, and we'll come back on Wednesday to record again, and we'll talk about it in depth. But yeah, I'm bummed that people are not looking forward to it. Like, I see that the reaction on the internet hasn't been fantastic.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised.
Well, to be fair, I put out a poll on the My Xbox and Me Twitter, and half the people said they didn't like what they saw. A quarter of the people said that they want to see more, and then a quarter of the people said they enjoyed what they saw. So it's not all negatives for the game.
Interesting. Yeah. I'll hold my tongue until I see it for myself, and then I'll have more to say, definitely. Next up, Xbox Games with Gold will no longer include 360 games from October. So yeah, similar to obviously, I don't know why. Similar to Sony. I don't know why I'm reading that part. I should probably read it from the start, mate. Xbox Games with Gold is a feature for Xbox Live subscribers, providing free monthly games that subscribers can redeem. Similar to Sony's. Yeah, it's from Windows Central. The big part of the news story here, really, is 360 games gone.
Yeah, it's about time.
I mean, have they said what we're getting in return?
I don't think we're getting anything. I think they're just putting it to rest.
Huh.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, they got Game Pass.
I think,
yeah.
Yeah, I think Game Pass is a big part of the conversation for this. Because, like, if they keep putting out 360 games, especially because, like, they've probably exhausted most of their first-party stuff and the stuff they own.
It's all done. It's like, bro, when you look at the backwards compatibility, like, there's a lot there.
Yeah, so at this point, they'd have to go to other companies, and then you have to pay them the fee for it. Yeah, at that point, it's like, just pay a fee for Game Pass.
I'm paying you how much to put this old game that no one cares about on? No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm okay. I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. To be honest with you,
I can't remember the last time I cared about a 360 game that got added.
I can't remember the last time I redeemed one of the free games.
Yeah.
I become one of those people.
You became me.
I did. I don't remember the last time Games with Gold got announced, and I went, "Oh, Game Pass just destroyed that for me." Because I'm like, I've got the choice of every game ever. It feels like, so why would I care about whatever this is?
I also think the Games with Gold have been
trash,
lackluster for a while.
Yeah.
Even
well, that's because of Game Pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like they put more effort into getting games for Game Pass, which I think is by far the better move. Because Game Pass is just such a good service.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best. Absolute best. But yeah, rest in peace to the 360. One of the best consoles ever made. I stand by that. Let me tell you, I stand by that. Next up, Halo Infinite. Network campaign, co-op, and mission replay testing begins July 15th. 343 shared more details regarding how online campaign co-op in Halo Infinite will work. Players who go through Halo Infinite's campaign in co-op together will retain any progress made. Mission replay is also entering testing at the same time as co-op campaign. Halo Infinite Network co-op campaign and mission replay flighting are now,
which is their test.
It's the test stuff, right? I was about to say.
Yeah.
Now will be available from July 15th. Big news, but too late?
I don't think too late. I think once this drops, I think we'll hear more buzz about Halo Infinite.
Disagree. I strongly disagree. Yeah, just no one cares.
We'll see.
No one cares about Halo, bro. And not like, obviously the people. No,
you know what?
When I say no one, I'm being
incorrect.
Hyperbolic. Chill out. There are not enough people that care about Halo anymore.
See.
I hope I'm wrong, by the way. Like, I never say things in the hope that I'm right when I say these things. I just don't.
Yeah.
They had, bro. Where's the BR? Bro, where's the BR?
That's got to be what's the team?
It's got to be
team right now. It has to be. If it's not that, and they announce not 343, the team, the outsourced team that they got that's supposed to be working on their own mode. Yeah, gotcha, if that's not what they're working on, and they're working on some other mode, I will be disappointed. I think like Halo needs a BR, no matter how much some of the hardcore audience wants. I went on my little rant last week about the hardcore audience. Like, I don't think there's somebody that 343 should necessarily be super focused on. I think a BR would do Halo so much justice, especially with the way we talked about it when Halo Infinite dropped. The way that game plays and functions, like so is so fit for a BR mode.
Yep, 100% agree with you. Next up, EA shares a refreshing, transparent look at pre-alpha Skate gameplay. I did see this. I'm not even gonna bother reading what's here. Did you get to see
yes.
pre alpha gameplay?
Yeah. It looked like Skate.
I mean,
I think the big thing with this is they want people to test the game, and
yes,
like you can sign up to it and everything. It looked like more Skate, which if it plays like Skate, it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be very hard to mess it up. I think it's a good thing that they're getting people to test this game this early.
I think the transparency is absolutely key for EA going forward for anything that they do. And if they can be this transparent with Skate, I feel like maybe that's the perfect thing for them to do to get people back on their side. Obviously, we're always excited for Skate. We've been waiting a really long time for the game. And I remember the first time I played it, I was with, I borrowed it from Haley's brother. Because I was like, why the hell do I care about skate? He was like, trust me, I'm not into skateboarding. This game is another level. And I was like, okay, let me check it out. And like, even like I say, watching the pre alpha stuff, I'm like, this looks really cool. And there's a lot of stuff it looks like they're doing with this. Very Riders Republic vibe, where it's like they're gonna put people together. We're gonna have hub worlds. We're gonna have people doing things other. It sounds stupid. This is gonna sound super stupid. Other than skating.
It kind of reminded me of the NBA open world bit.
Yes, very similar. Very similar. Yeah. It's like it. I feel like that's what this needs though, because it's gonna live and die on the community, right? Like the community are what's gonna make this special. So
what I want to see them have either at launch or relatively close to launch for this game is hopefully a map creator for people.
Yeah, that's gotta be.
People can create their own courses and stuff like that. Yeah. Because I think that adds like so much replay value to a game.
Yep.
So I think that would be huge. But yeah, I think what we saw was solid. I'm still looking forward to this game. Like we said, like most people who have played Skate are probably looking forward to another Skate, especially because it's been so long since Skate 3. It's been so long. I like the transparency. I like that people can attempt to play it. And if you're signing up for it, I just want to reiterate that the point of that is not to play the game. It is to give feedback so the game can be better.
Give the damn feedback.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's going to be some people who play it and just play it like a demo and never give any feedback and walk away from it. That game was trash. Like pre-alpha.
Pre, you know? Exactly. Next up, Ubisoft multi-game showcase coming in September. In a blog post what was announced on July 7th, they announced obviously the Skull and Bones stuff, but on top of that, they announced that there's going to be a showcase coming in September. What are you expecting, Crash?
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's a given. That's a given.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed. I think there's a possibility we see the Splinter Cell game. I don't think we'll see gameplay of it, but I do think we'll see it in some fashion, be it actual trailer instead of the little. I think the announcement they gave was just like a Twitter post, right? There was no video or anything attached to it.
No, yeah, nothing attached to it.
Yeah, so I think even if it's a little teaser or whatever, I think we'll see Splinter Cell to some regard. I would be shocked if we didn't see like updates for like For Honor and Rainbow Six there as well, because those games do very, very well to the core that are attracted to those games. Is Mario Rabbids going to be out by that point?
Yeah, I think it will be.
It's October. Oh, I think it's an October release. So I think we might see that there as well.
Last showing for that as well. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I expect like an announcement, like one announcement, be it big or small, that we don't know is coming out.
Yeah, I'm hoping for something fresh and new and exciting from UB. Again, take everything I say with a pinch of salt. I'm excited. I mean, I've been a UB fan. I've always been a UB fan. I've been a UB fan for many, many years. So for me, I'd love a new division. I'd love to see what the free to play division is. Like,
we do have.
Like, I know the mobile stuff. They're gonna have a lot of mobile stuff. I can guarantee there's gonna be a lot of mobile stuff there. When I say guarantee, I need to be careful why I say that, because when I say guarantee, I know nothing. Like, I don't know anything, right? Like, but yeah, I could imagine we'll see some mobile stuff as well. But yeah, it's exciting times. I'm happy. I just want new stuff. I want new, and more new.
Oh, probably new
Prince
Far Cry, I'd imagine. Prince of.
I don't think we'll see a new Far Cry. I think I think we re-see the remake and it looks 10,000 times better.
Hopefully.
I mean,
hopefully, because the last time we saw it, it was a little rough.
Bit rougher on the edges. Bit rougher on the edges.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you don't think a new Far Cry?
No.
Okay.
Maybe, but maybe not a numbered Far Cry.
Oh,
maybe we get a Primal or New Dawn,
which
or
would
something
make
like
sense.
that.
I feel like they've done that for every Far Cry since.
They're very smart with what they do,
4.
like in terms of like reusing assets,
the same
and
maps
them
and
into
stuff.
different things and stuff. They're very smart about that sort of thing, which is clever. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not a numbered one. I don't think we get a new
not a
numbered
one,
Far
but maybe a spin-off.
A spin-off I could see. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously we'll get Just Dance as well. Never forget.
Yeah.
Never forget.
The whole dancing intro, they'll definitely have it. That's how they're gonna open it.
No, it won't. I don't. It's not a stage show though, is it? I think they've gone from that to now they're.
Yeah, but I could still see them having a whole choreographed
choreographed
dance and stuff like that.
Jason
That's what I
Derulo
meant.
comes out of nowhere and he starts dancing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Last story this week, Mass Effect 5 story will be helmed by Guardians of the Galaxy and Deus Ex writer. Marty Del Meryl has joined the studio to work with the new Mass Effect game. Quote, I'm really excited to let you know that Marty will be joining Mass Effect as the team's senior narrative director, which was said, he said in a tweet spotted by GameSpot.
It's Mary DeMarle.
Mary, not Marty. Crash, I need to go to the opticians again. Because I'm not sat far away. Oh, I need new glasses. Because to me, I see a T.
Got it.
I see a T and not an R. It's not good. Not good. Sorry, Mary. I apologize. Guardians just didn't do it for me, man. So
I think I'm right there with you as far as like the gameplay concerned. But the best thing about Guardians was the writing and the narrative from what we played, or from what I played rather. So I do think that is,
but it still didn't do it for me. Which doesn't mean anything. It's a total different world. But
yeah,
I
think this is a good look. I think it's a good look for Mass Effect. I think Mass Effect needs
narrative.
Yeah, it needs narrative. It needs character-driven narrative to get you to care about it, and not like this big exposition on the world. Like you can introduce that, but you need characters first and foremost. So that's why I think this is a good get. Because Guardians of the Galaxy was a very character-focused from what I played.
Yeah, no, 100%. Mass Effect. I'm so interested to see what happens with that game. Let me tell you.
If this does not work, I would consider Mass Effect dead and gone for the next decade. Which it probably wouldn't be. They'll probably still make another one because the title's just the name's so big.
There'll still be more, brother. There'll still be more. Let's jump into Fix a Sack and do one or two questions. We already did one, but we'll do a couple more. First off, from Jesus, what were your standout surprises at the Xbox Bethesda Showcase? Down, and we're well behind on questions. Do you know what? Write in a new question. That we're skipping that one. I apologize. That's on me. When is my Xbox? Sorry, this is from Top Left 91. When is my Xbox and Me LARPing special? And what are your LARPing characters' names and abilities? So it's funny you say this. I'm not gonna say what, but there's certain somebody hasn't shut up about something. It's not LARPing, but it's something else, and they are very excited about it. And we are gonna do it, and I'm looking forward to doing it, but I want to do it right. Yeah, and I think that's the important thing. So it's not LARPing, but I think you'll be interested to. I think the My Xbox Me audience will be interested in it.
Yeah, so, I agree.
Go on.
If we talk about it, we'll reveal it. So I have no clue anything about LARPing, so I don't know what LARPing abilities are. I would swing a sword. I would swing a foam sword. I know nothing about LARPing.
Yeah, my uncle's big into LARPing, fishy. Big into LARPing.
Yeah.
He does LARPing, he does World War II reenactments, and
does he really?
Yeah, he does it. Well, I don't know if he still does, but he used to it all, bro. Like, he has so much.
He's that guy.
Oh, bro, Fishy that guy. Trust me. But my name would be Fixer the Barbarian, obviously. And my abilities, I don't know. Selling mixtapes to people.
Kill somebody, just drop a mixtape on them, like knock them down, cut their legs off, and just give them a mixtape. Like, get that
take that,
when you get a
chance. Let's do one last one, shall we? And we'll do this one from Killerberry. Hey boys, Killerberry here. Now with the Xbox interface consistently improving, what would you like to see added in an update? Personally, I'd love to be able to delete games off your achievement list and change the sound it makes when you get an achievement. As a new fan, I love your work. Keep it up. Much love from Down Under. We appreciate you. Thank you. The number one I need added to everything, and this includes the Game Pass app as well. I need to be able to search by release date.
Yeah.
I need this. I need this. I don't care if this only affects influencers or content creators or journalists. I don't care. I need it.
It's so hard sometimes when you're going on to look like, what have I missed? And once it leaves that new release section,
it's
like
done.
You don't know if it came out recently. And with Game Pass, you don't even know if the new release section is, because that's newly added.
That's newly added to Game Pass. It ain't newly released.
Because I've gone on there, played games, and I'm like, oh, this is a good game. And then I look at the release date, and it's 2020, 2021. And it's like, dude, oh, it's too late.
I did play something else. I played Packing Out again the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And I did the same thing. I was like, oh, this might make my list-ish. And I was like, this came out last year.
This year, ooh. There are a lot of games coming in the back half of the year, so maybe the year can be saved, but it is looking a little on the rougher side for this year so far.
Yeah, I agree with you on the change in the sound. I think it'd be really cool if you could make custom sounds for it. I feel like, I know the problem is the amount of work that goes into that compared to to Xbox are getting nothing out of that.
It wouldn't, yeah. It's also like the achievement sound is also somewhat iconic at this point.
True.
So it's like changing that is like you're messing with something that is set in stone, which not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah. I think the deleting games off of your achievement is huge. Also, I just want to go back. You said make your own custom sound, and I have to imagine that you would make one that says buy my mixtape and tell everybody to use it whenever they get an achievement. This is buy my mixtape.
That's literally what it would be. It'd be like, buy my mixtape.
Yeah.
Buy my mixtape. That's literally it.
But deleting games off your achievement list, I think I actually really like that one, because there's times where I try a game and then it'll pop up on my achievement list, and it's like, why are you there? I didn't play you for anything.
Well, you used to be able to, as long as you used to be able to on the 360 if you didn't get an achievement.
I
don't know if that's not there anymore. But yeah, you do usually.
Most games give you achievement for just playing. Yeah. Like, you woke up, achievement, and it's like, I literally just picked up the controller and pressed start. I don't deserve an achievement for that. Take it away.
Yeah, no, I get that. I do get that. I mean, I'd be okay with it as long as it still adds to your score. But you just don't see it on your list. I'd be fine with that being deleted. So it's more like a hide function, really.
Yeah. Delete. Oh, whatever, just so that I don't see it on the list. That's all. I just don't want to see it there.
Yeah. And then what else is there?
I don't think, like, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't think there's much that they would have to do with this interface. Like, I think there's store upgrades that could happen.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd necessarily, like, even the by release date function, I don't know if that's necessarily, I would consider that an interface feature as opposed to a store feature.
Yeah. I really like the Xbox interface.
Yeah, I think it's in a good place right now.
Yeah, I won't change too much, I have to be honest.
Yeah. I think if they were going to change something, they would have changed it with the series release date.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
So I think
could we be getting a redesign anytime soon? No, because we still can't get these consoles on shelves for long enough. But
I think at this point, like, what we have with Xbox right now is probably something similar to what we'll keep for the foreseeable future.
Yeah,
I think with them, they're going to be very keen on consistency with a lot of the stuff they do.
Yeah, I'm not against it either. Like, I feel like they found their rhythm. Apple doesn't change their UI.
Yeah, it stays the same. Exactly. Apple was exactly what I was thinking of when I said that.
Yeah, like Apple. Yeah, Apple doesn't change them. No one complains that Apple's UI hasn't changed. You know?
Yeah.
So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Simple as that. We'll answer the rest of the questions next week. Sorry if we didn't get to them. Crash, let's plug, and get ourselves out of it. But what you got to plug this week?
The YouTube page. Reaction content coming all there all the time. I'm sure in September, whenever the Ubisoft thing, which September's pretty far away, but whenever the Ubisoft thing happens, me and Matt will at least be doing a reaction fix. Who knows?
I don't know what I'm doing yet. So
exactly.
If I'm not working, I will be there, and if I'm working, then I won't be. So yeah.
Yeah. And Matt is doing the streams every Monday. There's, as always, stuff we want to do on there, and the best way to see everything we drop is by subscribing. I still hate
live streaming on YouTube, bro.
It's such a I've been in call with Matt as for like the reaction and a couple of the live streams, and it's just such a unnecessary hassle to set it up. But there are benefits the way a YouTube live stream works. Like you get to make sure it's titled right and all that stuff.
I feel like we've got a My Xbox and Me Twitch channel.
Yeah.
I feel like don't take the affiliate and just stream on both. I know that's another hassle because you got to set it all up.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's a whole thing.
It's still.
But I just feel like there's such an audience out there. Like, I know my audience are not big. They're not big YouTube live streamers. And I watch you guys and I'm like, where is everyone? Like,
yeah. I think the only difficulty is it's sometimes difficult to keep track of one chat.
Oh, yes.
So keeping track of two chats.
There is a way that you mix it on this on the reads. You can mix it.
Got it.
But yeah.
That would be a conversation to have with Matt because he does most of the streaming.
True. Yeah. True. What have I got to plug? New song out on Friday. Next Friday, so probably better to promote next week's show more than this one, but a song called Crazy. Go check it out. I'm working on my EP currently. Already got some big features confirmed from the roleplay world, and it's pretty much confirmed that I'm going to be working with P Money, if people know who that is. Hero of mine, someone that I've always looked up to in the music industry. So yeah, very, 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 very big. Just showed Crash a new music video that I think is going to blow people
from the
away.
Last one.
I think it's going to blow people away.
It was a good, yeah. Not to be expected from a GTA RP, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, keep your eyes on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/MCFixer, Twitter @MCFixer. Obviously, follow My Xbox and Me everywhere, and we'll keep bringing you a podcast once a week for another 7 years. Because why the hell not? You know. Till next time. Love you. Leave you. See you all later. Goodbye.